What's up, Taiwan? Good evening. I'm Ethan Liu with 10 minutes of news from here in Taiwan and around the world. Taiwan reported 21 local cases and 43 imported cases of COVID-19 on Thursday. 13 of the new local cases were from clusters in the northern city of Taoyuan, and the remaining 8 were linked to the harbor in the southern city of Kaohsiung. Health officials say the Kaohsiung cases were all traceable and their virus sequence had not been found elsewhere in Taiwan. But with the Lunar New Year holidays just around the corner, authorities are advising the public to stay vigilant. James Chater reports.
With the biggest holiday of the year approaching, health officials in Taiwan are weighing up how best to balance stopping the spread of COVID-19 with restrictions on daily life. Of the 46 local cases reported on Wednesday, 14 of them came from a cluster in the northern city of Taoyuan, where many of those infected said they had eaten at a hot pot restaurant in the Bada district of the city. The discovery led to new guidelines for dining out in Taoyuan, which include cutting restaurant capacity by half and mandating customers to wear a mask when they leave their table. On Thursday, Taoyuan's mayor reassured the public that there were no plans to ban restaurant dining outright.
那目前并没有餐厅内用停止的这个规划，要视疫情状况。那目前的疫情那么虽然有部分不明的这个感染源，但我们在追踪疫情方面非常的仔细。
And that's a sentiment echoed by the central government.
当然，有一些区域它相对的风险稍高一些，但也不是绝对的。如果有群聚的场合都把它禁止的话，那基本上都会禁止到，也会影响到我们很严重的一个民生的问题。
In keeping with efforts to minimize the impact on people's lives, health authorities have indicated that even as cases rise, they'll try to limit restrictions. But that subtle shift in approach comes as authorities confirm there are multiple active transmission chains of the Omicron variant.
海宣前已经有说明过，有8个这样的一个事件有验出不同的 Omicron。那再加上目前今天有讲这个宜兰跟台北新北这2起又是分别不同的 Omicron， 所以确实是有10个不同的一个独立的传播链。
Room for flexibility has been won by Taiwan's relatively high vaccination rate. First dose coverage currently stands at just over 80% and second dose at 74%. Just under 20% have also received a booster shot. And on Thursday morning, more than 900,000 doses of the Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine arrived at Taiwan's main international airport. With the busiest time of year for domestic travel just days away, officials will be hoping the coming weeks don't lead to a more dramatic spike in cases. Asnaya Cho and James Chater for TaiwanPlus.
On the eve of her inauguration, the incoming president of Honduras has said that she hopes to continue diplomatic ties with Taiwan. President-elect Xiomara Castro finally met with Taiwan's Vice President William Lai in talks that she had initially postponed. The delay sparked media speculation about the strength of the relationship between the two countries. The Central American nation is one of Taiwan's 14 diplomatic allies. During her presidential campaign, Castro had said that she would switch official recognition to China if she were elected. Her team later walked back that position. Lai is in Honduras to attend Castro's inauguration.
El pueblo hondureño siempre está agradecido con el pueblo de Taiwán por el respaldo, por el apoyo que nos ha brindado siempre. Hemos trabajado durante muchos años de la mano y esperamos mantener esta relación.
China's foreign minister has warned that Washington is, I quote, playing with fire on the Taiwan issue. His comments came in a phone call with his U.S. counterpart. The talks between Secretary of State Antony Blinken and Wang Yi are one of the highest level exchanges since November's virtual summit between the presidents of the two countries. Wang said that during the summit, the U.S. president had told China's leader that Washington would not support Taiwanese independence. The Chinese foreign minister said that the U.S. had not fundamentally changed its policies towards cross-strait relations since then. The two sides also discussed the potential for conflict between Russia and Ukraine, with Blinken stressing the importance of de-escalation and diplomacy. In the United Kingdom, the Prime Minister is facing tough questions about where to draw the line on China's actions against Taiwan. Jaime Ocon has more.
Taiwan's security featured in Wednesday's Prime Minister's question session in the United Kingdom, where members of parliament ask questions to government ministers, which they are obliged to answer. On the heels of this week's incursion of Chinese military planes into Taiwan's air defense zone, a lawmaker drew parallels with the situation of Ukraine being threatened by its bigger neighbor Russia. Earlier this week, China sent 39 planes into Taiwan's defense zone, the largest number in a single day since October last year. A member of parliament from Boris Johnson's Conservative Party highlighted Sunday's incursions and asked Johnson whether he agrees that military aggression and threat of occupation are never acceptable anywhere in the world.
The Chinese military flights that have taken place near Taiwan in recent days and months are not conducive to peace and stability in the region. And what we need is a peaceful and constructive dialogue by people on both sides of the Taiwan Strait.
Kamashu and Jaime Ocon for TaiwanPlus.
Taiwan's economy posted the fastest annual growth in 11 years in 2021. Official statistics out on Thursday show the economy surged by 6.3% last year. In fact, the economy grew twice as fast as the 3.1% recorded in 2020. It's the biggest expansion since 2010, when the economy rebounded from the global financial crisis. A jump in tech exports and high demand for semiconductor chips fueled GDP growth. The outlook for 2022 is also bullish after Taiwan's largest company, TSMC, said it's planning to spend up to $44 billion this year. And Taiwan's women's football team is one game away from qualifying for its first World Cup competition in over 30 years. The squad scored an emphatic win over Iran earlier this week in the Women's Asian Cup. Ken Lim has the story.
Early nerves were settled when Taiwan's captain Lai Liqing scored just 4 minutes into the make-or-break clash with Iran. Lai added a second goal in the 31st minute, aiming for her teammate at the back post. Her cross instead squeezed into the net off the upright. Chen Yanping then made it 3 before halftime, capping off a dominant first half display from Taiwan's team, playing under the name Chinese Taipei. Any hopes of a comeback from Iran were ended with a penalty for Taiwan in the 65th minute. Lai stepped up and drilled home to complete her hat-trick. Wang Xianghui added a 5th to round out the scoring. Lai said the team had made some tactical changes following their opening group game loss to China.
大家就是想要进世界杯，然后所以今天才有这样的突破，然后得5分。我们有做一些守备的部分的修正，然后再做一些攻击的部分也有在做修正，所以今天的球赛能够这么流畅。
The huge win was in fact Taiwan's first in a Women's Asian Cup in 19 years. Taiwan finishes as runners-up of Group A behind China in first. Their progress has been helped by the withdrawal of the host nation, India, who were also in Taiwan's group. The team now face a quarterfinal, most likely against the Philippines. Win that and they will have secured a place at the 2023 FIFA World Cup in Australia and New Zealand. Taiwan's first appearance on that stage since 1991. James Rayner and Ken Ning for TaiwanPlus.
Thank you for watching What's Up Taiwan. I'm Ethan Liu. Finally, we leave you with images of fashion shows in this year's Paris Haute Couture. Remember to download the TaiwanPlus app for more stories from Taiwan and around the world. See you next time and take care.